Martin, you've worked for a while with Families Need Fathers. What would be your key messages to the fathers or mothers who come to us for support?
My key message is that mental health is a normal part of life, but your mental health is going to be affected by the issues that this charity is dealing with, and therefore don't feel ashamed in any way to get hold of all the help you can. Because if you're a man in particular, men can sometimes feel ashamed that they feel overwhelmed by their feelings or whatever. But in my experience, these are situations which it's normal to feel overwhelmed, and therefore use all the help you can. Come and join, get involved in the charity. Sometimes you can also help out in some ways, and I think sometimes helping out gives your mental health more of a boost because you're feeling you're contributing, you're part of something. So the feeling of alienation you get from not seeing a child, to some extent you can feel you're with other people who know how you feel, you're doing something about it. That can be quite good for your mental health.
So if somebody somewhere out there knows people who are going through it, what would you say to them? Go to the FNF meeting? Where else?
Get on the website, contact the helpline. I think there is a helpline available for some of the time, so try to contact that, because then you'll be put into a network. Because psychologically, most of what will help your mental health isn't sitting down talking to a psychologist, although that can be useful. It's just doing stuff, getting involved with people, getting into projects, getting some backup yourself, being part of something.
Knowing that you're not alone?
Exactly. That is the biggest thing in all human distress, is feeling you're not alone. And Families Need Fathers does create that sense of belonging and having some backup. And I think it's such an important charity, which is why I've given some of my time to it, because I'm interested in male psychology generally and male suicide and all these things. If we can do this sort of stuff, we can prevent mental health declining and keep people going for better times ahead in their lives, get them through the dark times into better times.
And your message to those who are responsible for creating the system of family support and the family justice would be?
There are prejudices and biases within our legal system, our politics, our culture, our media, that we have a negative view of men, and we need to, at every level, have a more positive attitude towards men and masculinity, so that the court system begins to reflect more genuine equality and balance. But equally, we have to work from the bottom up and the top down.
And your experience of psychology, your understanding of it, what would you say about the issues of the delay in the system and what effect that has on the participants and the children and the parents?
Yes, one of my special interests is attachment theory, and attachment between an adult caregiver and a child is the building block of all human well-being and happiness in a society or community. So if you're breaking up an attachment between a good parent and a child, the longer that goes on, the more damage you're doing to that child and therefore to society in the future.
So you're damaging the attachment, the parents' attachment to the child, is being that they're hurting, but actually there's also, they get no support. Essentially,
absolutely.
Support. But actually a child as well, if they're very lucky, they might get a few words from a Kafka's family court advisor or a judge, but actually they get no ongoing support when their critical attachment to parents, grandparents.
Absolutely, you're breaking up all the key attachments. Mental health in our society, in any society, is based around healthy attachments between children and adults. Those children then grow into healthy adults who have their own children. And if we break that process up unnecessarily, then we're damaging the mental health of our society. It's a public health issue.
Yes. Well, there's a really key message, I think, maybe to end on, that we have a public health crisis which demands urgent attention.
Absolutely.
Martin, thank you for all your help today.
It was a pleasure.